Welcome back to Mr. English Waves. Find a comfortable position. Relax your shoulders. Take one slow, deep breath. And if you have a cup of coffee beside you right now, pick it up. Hold it for a moment. Feel the warmth in your hands. Because in the next 7 minutes, I am going to tell you something about that cup that will completely change the way you look at it forever. Right now, as you sit here, 2 billion cups of coffee are being consumed around the world today. 2 billion. It is the second most traded commodity on Earth after oil. But here is what nobody tells you. This drink, the one in your hand, was once called the devil's beverage. It was banned by kings, condemned by priests, punishable by death in some countries. And it all started with a goat. Our story begins in ancient Ethiopia. The year is approximately 850 CE. A young goat herder named Kaldi is watching his goats on a hillside. But something is wrong. His goats are not sleeping. They are running, jumping, dancing in the middle of the night, full of impossible energy. Kaldi watches them carefully. He notices they have been eating red berries from a strange tree he has never seen before. Curious, he picks one. He puts it in his mouth. And within minutes, Kaldi feels something he has never felt before. Energy, clarity, alertness. He runs to the nearest monastery and tells the monks what happened. The head monk, deeply suspicious, throws the berries into the fire. And that is when something magical happens. The most extraordinary aroma fills the entire monastery. The monks pull the roasted berries from the fire. They crush them. They mix them with hot water. And the world's first cup of coffee is born. Did you know coffee was not always a drink? For centuries in Ethiopia, coffee berries were mixed with animal fat and eaten as energy balls by warriors before battle. Coffee as a drink came much later. For centuries, coffee stayed a secret in Ethiopia and Yemen. Sufi monks used it to stay awake during long nights of prayer. They called it kawa, meaning that which prevents sleep. But secrets never stay secrets forever. By the 1400s, coffee had reached the great city of Mecca. And here, something revolutionary happened. The world's first coffee houses opened. They were called kave-khane, houses of coffee. And they were unlike anything the world had ever seen. Men came not just to drink, but to talk, to debate, to share news, to play chess, to do business. These coffee houses became so powerful, so full of dangerous ideas and free thinking, that rulers became terrified of them. Did you know? Coffee houses in the Ottoman Empire were called schools of the wise. People learned more about politics, science, and philosophy in coffee houses than in formal schools. The Ottoman Sultan Murad IV was so threatened by coffee houses that he banned coffee completely. The punishment? Death. And yet, people kept drinking, because some things are simply impossible to stop. In 1600, coffee arrived in Europe, and the reaction was immediate. The Catholic Church was horrified. Priests called it the bitter invention of Satan. They demanded Pope Clement VIII ban it immediately. The Pope agreed to try it first before making his decision. He took one sip, then another. Then he blessed it and declared it a Christian beverage. Coffee was saved. Within 50 years, coffee houses exploded across Europe. London alone had over 3,000 coffee houses by 1700. And here is where history gets truly extraordinary. These coffee houses charged 1 penny entrance fee. For that 1 penny, you got unlimited coffee and access to all the latest news and conversation. They were called penny universities, because for 1 penny, a poor man could sit beside a rich man and learn as much as any university student. Did you know? The London Stock Exchange began as a coffee house. Lloyd's of London, now one of the world's most powerful insurance companies, started as a coffee shop where merchants met to insure their ships. The entire modern financial world grew from coffee house conversations.
Now here is the chapter that most history books skip entirely. Coffee did not just wake people up, it woke up entire civilizations. In 1789, the French Revolution began. Historians point to many causes: inequality, poverty, weak leadership. But there is one cause almost nobody mentions: the coffee houses of Paris. For decades, French citizens gathered in coffee houses, discussing politics, reading newspapers, debating ideas. The most famous coffee house, Café de Foy in Paris, was the exact spot where journalist Camille Desmoulins jumped on a table on July 12, 1789, and gave the speech that sparked the French Revolution. 2 days later, the Bastille fell. Think about that. A speech in a coffee shop changed the course of human history. Did you know? Johann Sebastian Bach, one of the greatest composers in history, was so obsessed with coffee that he wrote an entire cantata, a mini opera, about it in 1732. It tells the story of a father trying to stop his daughter from drinking coffee. The daughter wins.
So, the next time you hold a cup of coffee, remember Kaldi and his dancing goats on an Ethiopian hillside. Remember the Sufi monks staying awake through long nights of prayer. Remember the penny universities of London, where poor men sat beside kings and learned to change the world. Remember the coffee house in Paris, where one speech sparked a revolution that reshaped all of human history. This small, dark drink has started revolutions, built financial empires, inspired great music, connected strangers, and woken up the entire world, 1 cup at a time. There is a beautiful truth hidden in your morning coffee. Every sip connects you to 1,000 years of human curiosity, human connection, and human courage. So drink it slowly, and remember, you are not just drinking coffee, you are drinking history. Now, I want to hear from you. How many cups of coffee do you drink each day? And did you know any of these extraordinary facts before today? Tell me in the comments below. I read every single one. If today's story woke up your English and your curiosity, please subscribe to English Waves. Every week, one extraordinary story, told in clear, beautiful English, just for you. I will see you in the next one.